Greetings and welcome to part 7 of the Flute series using essential elements. We are looking at numbers 107 to 118 in your book, starting on page 21. So 107, the flat zone, we're learning a new flat note, and that's D flat. You're going to love this note. All it is it's the pinky. So D was this. D flat is this. Okay, let's try this D flat. That's all it is. No thumb, nothing. Just this little guy pinky right here. Remember, right now the only note we're not having this pinky on is D natural, regular D, the first D you learn. Okay, so this D flat is just pinky. Let's try 107. Notice that key signature has B flat, E flat, and A flat. 108, On Top of Old Smoky, is your first blue belt song. Look at your key signature first. B flat, E flat, A flat. 1, 2, 3 in the golf club key for those A flats. Notice you have a pickup low A flat to start you off. You're in 3/4 time, so 3 beats in every measure. Allegro, so fairly fast in here. And I will just clue you in, all your D's are going to be marked with a D flat. Okay, so just be prepared that all your D's in this song are going to be pinky. Going from that C to D flat, that little one finger away. It's just nice to me. Okay, turn the page to page 21, please. At the top of page 22, we have dotted quarter notes and eighth notes. So a single eighth note, normally an eighth note is 2 notes and they're barred together. Now, if you just have one, that little flag droops down. So you can see a picture of a single eighth note. That's half a beat of sound. Now, you also have a dotted quarter note. That's going to be a beat and a half of sound. That's going to be a quarter note tied to an eighth note. You can see the picture there. Let's talk about what that dot really does. You learned about dotted half notes. Those are 3 beats. Now, let's tell you how you get there. A half note is 2 beats. A dot means you divide it by 2 and then add the original value. So, half note is 2, divide by 2 is 1, add 2, you hold it for 3 beats. If you had a whole note, 4 beats, and then all of a sudden you had a dot, that means you would cut it in half, 2 beats. Plus the original 4 means you would hold a dotted whole note for 6 beats. In this case, you have a quarter note, and you put a dot on it, so you take some scissors, and you cut your finger. I'm kidding. Don't do that. You take it, and you cut it in half for half a beat, so plus the original 1, so you hold it for 1.5 beats. Okay? So remember, half beats is an eighth note, so quarter plus an eighth note. Let's look at number 110, the rhythm rap. We haven't done a lot with the rhythm raps, and that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that you see underneath there, and I'm going to clap the rhythm as if this is my instrument, so you can hear how that's going to sound. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 111 is that same rhythm, but now we're adding notes. B flat, E flat in the key signature. Have a listen. First measure is simple enough. Quarter, eighth, eighth, half note. The second measure would be the same. Quarter, eighth, eighth, half note, but you tie the quarter note to that first eighth note. Quarter, eighth, half note. And then the third measure is that same rhythm. Quarter, eighth, half note. You can say that first eighth note in your head, right? Quarter, eighth, half note to hear that how that's going to sound. 113, Sea Chanty, is your next blue belt song. Notice your key signature, B flat, E flat. It's moderato for your tempo, so medium. 3/4, so 3 beats in every measure. And you have a lot of those dotted quarter notes in here. Is your last blue belt song, Scarborough Fair. It's andante, so slow. 3/4 time, 3 beats in the measure. B flat, E flat, A flat in your key signature. Remember, Sea Chanty had A natural. Scarborough Fair has A flat. And another clue is all your D's in here are going to use D flat, just pinky. So let's try this one. There's Scarborough Fair. Number 116 in your book, called The Turnaround, shows you what it's going to sound like when the 8th note comes before the dotted quarter notes. Usually it's ba, 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 ba is the rhythm we've had to now. Now we're going to hear ba, 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 short, long. 117, Auld Lang Syne, is another good one to do. Notice halfway through the song it says check rhythm, because there you have that da-da. Alright, so make sure you're listening for that. It's andante, fairly slow. B flat, E flat, so A naturals in here. This is the New Year song. Theme from New World Symphony. I don't tend to do this one, but let's talk about what it is, because it looks a little confusing. First of all, look at the first top. It's your part. Look at the bottom part. It says piano accompaniment. You don't play that. You can't play more than one note on the flute at the same time. So, no. Don't worry about that piano accompaniment. If you know somebody who plays piano really well, maybe they can accompany you. You would just play the first half of the page. I tend not to do this one. It's not my favorite one, but you certainly can. It doesn't hurt. Alright, so this ends the blue belt for band karate. Keep on practicing those dotted quarter notes. Make sure you're articulating, always singing up tall, using that diving breath. All those great foundational techniques will be very helpful to you in your development. We'll talk to you later as the next one goes into the red belt.